early for you guys. You got up 14-0. You're in the driver's seat, and suddenly things started to slip away.
Yeah, it sure did. You know, and it was a pretty close ball game throughout. I don't think the final score is indicative of the type of battle and how close it was and how hard fought it was. But you know, basic bottom line is when you get a couple missed opportunity penalties, we get one a score that's called back, and then I don't care who you play, you cannot turn the ball over the amount of times that we did today, and you cannot give your opponent the ball twice on your 20-yard line. Well, one was actually inside the 20. It was just like last week at Drake. We got to get out of that spot. We got to get out of that area, and yeah. But you know, here's the strange or crazy thing about it. Even with that said, okay, we're back down here. We still have opportunities that if we finish it off and if we execute, we did not have penalties down here in the red zone. If we execute and push it in, then guess what? It's a 3-point game. It is a 3-point game. You know, so, you know, it's one of those that you just kind of, golly, you just kind of nod and you kind of scratch your head there a little bit that, you know, that we just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that we had. And, but, you know, you have to give, but it's one of those situations that what Jacksonville was doing contributed and caused us problems in protection and executing and with our throws and on the back foot and with our man coverage. Not sticking and doing certain things properly and that type of thing, and our timing was out of rhythm, was out of timing. We weren't in sync there, and so that contributed to our non-execution at key moments, and we had plenty of opportunities. And you know, you got to give us credit for getting back in it and getting down there, but you know, down there, then that's when you really got to convert, and we just came up short with that today.
Well, you look at the quarterback for Jacksonville, Cade Bell. He was 16 of 22 for 238 yards and 4 touchdowns, but I thought what really made their offense was all the things he was able to do with his feet and create openings for himself to either run with or scramble to an open spot where he could throw the ball.
Yeah, it really was, and we had trouble containing him out on the corner, or it seemed like all day long we were not in our pass rush lanes, and he did a good job. I mean, you knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to take a quick peek, and if it was there, then he was going to pull the trigger. And if it wasn't, then he was going to step up, scramble up in the pocket, and deliver the ball or take off running, and gave them several key plays and first downs. And then really the only 2 big ones that hurt us were the 2 corner routes, and I think at least one of them, a situation where, you know, our eyes are not where they're supposed to be. The second touchdown, we actually get picked. Now, we got called for a pick earlier. It was not. Their 2 guys ran into one another, but we actually did get picked down here in this end zone, and then their tight end was wide open there. And then their other touchdown, some way, somehow, we have a miscommunication in coverage where, you know, we're in cover 2. The guy down sideline up top should never be open, and we saw something wrong or miscommunicated. Not sure exactly what. We got to get with our guys. We got to take a look at it on film. But see, that's the difference in the ball game. When you don't take advantage of some opportunities that we had, you have a couple penalties and turnovers. And then we have a couple plays where we weren't zeroed in with our eyes, and it cost us fundamentally technique, so that enables them to make the play. I mean, that's the difference in the ball game. It really, really is. So, you know, it's like I told them, you know, after the ball game, these are very, very little things, and there's not a single one of them that cannot be corrected and you can't overcome and you cannot put that you cannot put behind them. But these little things make a difference, and these little things add up, and these little things are the difference in the ball game. You know, the difference between getting a first down or not, or making a tackle or not, or winning or losing or not, is very, very small, very, very minute, and so we just have to continue to zero in and focus. I don't question their effort. They're want to. They're trying. They're battling, competing. I'll tell you what. Now the fur was flying out there, so to speak. You had 2 teams going at it pretty daggone good. So we're not going to back down from anybody. But still, we talked about this week of winning the ball game mentally and then taking our fundamentals and technique with us. I think for the most part we did that, okay? But there were too many plays that we did not. And but we can, that ball, I tell you what, with both teams today, it kind of looked like a basketball game out there, that ball dribbling around the field. I don't know if I've seen this many fumbles in a game this late before on a pretty day. Have you? I mean, it was just really odd there a little bit. I mean, we recovered 3 of theirs. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. So it's one of those wacky games. But we just got to zero in and on the small, minor details, and we got to get those fixed and put them behind us.